Man, it took me a long time to get that sicky sin off my hands. Isn't it awesome to know that God is bigger than any sin or anything that we can do? Bigger than any of our worries, our fears, anything. God can take care of it, and God is bigger than all of that. But He has given us specific instructions to do while we're here on earth. And so He put us here on this earth, and this vase of water right here represents the earth. He made the earth, but the earth did some things that weren't real cool. But God put us on the earth. And you'll notice that when I pour this oil, this is us, and you'll notice that the oil comes right to the top of the earth. It doesn't intermix with the earth. That's what God intended. He didn't want us to be like the earth. He wanted us to be in the earth, but not like the rest of the world, not like the rest. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not be like the world, but be transformed, be better, be like Christ." See, what God wants us to do is be different than the world. And so you see here, what happened is the beginning of the world, Adam sinned, and he brought sin into the world. And you see what happens is that sin goes into the world and it changes things. But you'll notice that the sin is not mixing with us in the oil, because God has called us to be better, to be bigger. But sometimes we mess up. Sometimes we become like the world, right? We change and we become just like the world. James 2:15-16 says, "Don't love the world. Don't be like the world. If anyone loves the world, then the love of God is not in them. For in the world is the love of sin. It's not from the Father, but it's from the world." But you know what? If we ask for forgiveness in John 3:16, that God so loved the world so much that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him will not perish but will have everlasting life, what begins to happen, as you can see here, is the oil is then separated from the sin. The oil has rose again because God has made us to be better than the world. So I want to encourage you today. I want to encourage you to be better than the world, not be in the world, but be in the world, but not like the world. Don't do the things just because it's what the other people in the world say, or because your friend talks to his mom that way. That doesn't mean you should talk that way. God has created you to be better than that. We got one more lesson to show how much bigger God is that you're going to do with your family. And then I'm going to have one more announcement for you guys to let you know about things that are coming up this week. All right, guys.